Hey everybody, one of our newest members just asked a fabulous question about action and reaction. And in other words, how can I act? How can I be proactive when my children are basically leading me to all these reactions of anger and frustration and suffering, all this suffering? So before we talk about that, I just want to pause for a second and talk about the concepts of action and reaction. In the world of physics, this is where this concept is coming from, every action in this world has either a complementary or an opposite reaction. So everything that we do that aims to answer, to meet, to reply to an action of somebody else would be a reaction. And when we think about it, we tend to classify actions and reactions the way we classify everything in this world. We classify everything in terms of good and bad. And we see action as being proactive. We see it as a good thing. And we see reaction as, well, not such a good thing or a bad thing. But when we are reacting actions of love and kindness, we don't see it as such a bad thing, is it? We see it as a good thing because these actions that we end up doing, no matter for which reason, these actions work to create the world that we want to live in. So we are part of something that we want to take part in. Something good, something pleasant, something happy, something joyful. So reaction is not necessarily a bad thing. It is only a bad thing if it takes me somewhere where I don't want to be. And this is exactly what you should be asking yourself each time you are about to react to something that happens to you. Am I about to do or say something that takes me where I want to be? Or am I about to do and say something that will perpetuate the exact same thing that I want to change? If I am faced with anger and frustration and pain and tears and chaos, am I going to bring peace now? Or am I going to make things much worse? And you're right, it will take a second for you to ask this question at the heat of the moment. But I can promise you that this second is, on one hand, absolutely meaningless because nothing will happen. You can always take the second. And on the other hand, it is the most meaningful second you will take throughout that day. Because instead of going deeper into the situation you do not want to be part in, it will allow you to take a step out of that situation and create the situation that you do want to be part in. So how can you learn to act in unpleasant situations rather than reacting the unpleasant situation? Stop for a second and ask yourself, am I going to change it or am I going to make it worse? And see what your heart tells you. Sometimes, by the way, we will not have the power to make it better. In that case, it's always better to take a step back. We don't have to be a part of the situation at all if we can't make it better. The most important thing that we can do is just do something to not make it worse. So instead of reacting, act, look within, and ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? What kind of a world do I want to live in? What do I want to make out of this situation that I am in? Do I want to go deeper into the chaos? Or do I want to bring love and peace into this world? You will always answer with the exact same answer because we all want peace. We all want peace and connection. And once we have this answer for ourselves, we are able to act this answer out and affect the situation that we are in. I really hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate and ask. I'm here. I'll answer each and every one of them.